children. I am Shakila Miss here again. Welcome to the second semester session of our online classes for the standard of 6 and for the subject of science. And we are going to start with the session number 18. So now for the second semester, this will be your first lesson. So now you just tell me, are you there in the house just simply idly sitting in one place? No. Sometimes you are writing, sometimes you are watching something, sometimes you are playing, sometimes you are eating, sometimes you are sleeping. So what does all this indicate? So all this indicates movements. Movements of what? Of our body. So this will be your first chapter in the second semester, that is body movements. Okay, so when I tell this word body movements, you may be wondering, what is this body movements? Okay, each and every part of your body has got movements. Some movements are voluntary and some movements are involuntary. So what do you mean by voluntary and involuntary? Voluntary means what you are having the movements according to your wish and whenever you want it. Now for example, you want to lift your hand up. So you lift your hand up. You want to stretch your hands. You are stretching your hands. You want to lie down. You are lying down. Okay. So these type of movements which you do with your knowledge whenever you want and wherever you want, that is called as voluntary movement. So what is the meaning of involuntary movement? Involuntary movement means whether you want it or not, those movements in your body is regularly taking place. Now for example, you are breathing. Now do you tell lungs, I have to breathe, come on breathe now? No. Your heart is pumping. Okay, your heart is beating. Do you tell your heart, come on, I have to breathe now, so the heart has to start beating. The blood has to flow in my body. The food has to be digested. The food has to be chewed. All this are you telling and doing and asking your body to do? No. So all these are taking place without your knowledge and automatically it is all being done. Systematically it is being done. So these type of movements, they are called as involuntary movements. So remember, in movements you have got two types. One is voluntary movement and one is involuntary movement. Okay. So now when I say voluntary movement, if you want to run, you can run. You want to jump, you can jump. You want to skip, you can skip. You want to do jogging, you can do jogging. You want to do exercises, you can do exercises. So all these shows you your body movements. Okay, so not only we human beings are having body movements, even the animals also are having body movements. Okay, so these animals, they have got different types of movements which is not there in the human beings. In human beings, you might have seen all the human beings, they either walk, okay, they run, they jump, they do all this is throughout all the human beings are having the same type of movements. But in animals, it is not like that. Some animals you can see them walking, some animals you can see that they are climbing, some animals you can see, now for example birds and insects, you can see them flying. Okay, some animals are crawling. Okay, some animals are creeping. Okay, some animals are slithering. Now for example snake. Okay, you know the movement of the snake. So that movement of the snake is called as to slither. So some animals walk, some animals jump, some animals will crawl, some animals will creep. So these are the different movements in animals. So this is the main difference between the movements of human beings and the animals. Okay. Now first we will go through the movements of the human beings. Yes children, now we will see some of the body movements which is generally seen in everyone. Now for example, you think you are doing some exercises, okay, that usually you used to do regularly when you were having your school, okay. So when you are doing those exercises, you move your hands, you move your legs, you bend, you get up, you shake your head, you shake your shoulders, okay. So all these are some of the body movements. So when you are doing exercises, okay, you find different movements of your body. Some common movements what you find is bending and then rotating. Rotating means to keep moving round and round. Okay, so you rotate your head and your hip. So how do you rotate your neck? You rotate your neck like this. Okay, so you know how to rotate your hip, and then next you rotate your arms. So all these movements, how it is possible and why it can be done. Okay, now these movements are possible because in our body, you know, where two parts of our body join together, that part of the body helps you in movement. So the place where two parts of a body meet together, that is called as the joints. So because these joints are there only, we are able to do these movements. Okay, so there is a joint in your shoulder. So you are able to rotate your hands. There is a joint between your backbone and your neck. So you are able to rotate your neck. There is a joint in your hip. So you are able to rotate your hip. So all this is possible because there are joints. So these joints only help you to have these movements. Okay. Now in your body, do you have only the joints? No. Now for example, you fall down. You fall down and then your hand or leg starts to swell. So what does it mean? When you go to the doctor, they say that your hand or leg is fractured. That means what? The bone inside your body is broken. So that means not only the joints we are having, even the bones. The bones are harder substance in the body. So these hard substance cannot be bent, and these bones which are hard, they give you a shape to your body. It gives a shape to your body, and these bones, they can only move where there are joints. Now for example, from your shoulder bone till here, if you touch and see, you can feel the hard substance inside. So that is called as the bone. So from your shoulder till here, you have got one single bone, and here in your elbow, you have got a joint, and again from there, another one single bone comes and joins till your wrist. So this is another bone. So that is why from here the bones are different, which comes to your fingers. Okay. So this elbow, because there is a joint from your shoulder till here, and from the elbow to the wrist, you are able to bend your hand. Okay. So if it was a single strip of bone without any joint, can you bend your hand? No, you have to be stiff like this only. You can't have any movement. And because over here in your wrist, okay, there is a joint in your wrist. So that is why you are able to rotate your wrist. So these joints help you in the movement of your body. So like this, you have got many joints in our body. Now we'll see what are the different types of joints. Yes children, now we'll see the different types of joints which are there in our body, and the main joints which keeps our body in a proper shape. Okay, so the first one is called as the ball and the socket joint, and the second one is called as the pivotal joint. The third one is the hinge joints, and the fourth one is the fixed joints. Okay, now first we'll see what is the meaning of a ball and a socket joint. Okay, so this ball and the socket joint, it is mostly present in the places where, that is especially near the hip. Okay, the hip joint is the best example for a ball and socket joint. So that is, the ball and socket joint means there will be a hollow space where the bone comes and gets fixed inside. So this hollow place which is there, when the bone comes and fixes inside, it helps the body to rotate. Okay, so that is why it is called as the ball and the socket joint. So it holds the bone so that the bone can have a good movement without any ruptures or without damaging the other parts of the body. So that is the ball and the socket joint. So for this, you have to refer to figure 8.3 and then page number 68. So the next is the pivotal joint. So this pivotal joint, where it is present, okay, you know your head, you know your neck. The place between the neck and the head, where it is being joined. When you keep your hand over here, you can feel that there are bones over there. So those bones will be like a chain into one into other. So that gives us the body, that gives us the movement of our head, where you can bend, where you can lift your head up, turn left, turn right. So all this head movement, that is especially the neck movement, this portion. So this neck movement is possible only because of this pivotal joint. So to see how it is, how does this pivotal joint look when it is there inside your body? So for that you refer to figure 8.4, page number 69. Okay, and then next is the hinge joints. Hinge joints means where only certain part of your body, that is especially your hand, it can move forward, it can move backward. Okay, like if you close and open a door, it has got only the forward and the backward movement. Okay, so that type of movement where it cannot be bent in between. As I told you, if you have a single stretch of bone, one full length of bone from your shoulder to your wrist, if you have a single bone, you will not be able to bend it. You will not be able to move it. So such type of movement where it can move forward, it can move backward, especially only where the bases it is being joined. Now for example, you think you want to bend in this portion. Can you bend this portion? No. Can you bend the portion between your elbow and your wrist? No, because the place where the joint is there, only there the movement is possible. So that movement it is called as the joint is called as the hinge joint. So for that you refer to figure 8.6 and page number 69. And then the last one is the fixed joints. Okay, the fixed joints. It is in your head portion. Okay, now when you open your mouth, okay, you open your mouth wide. Only the lower jaw you can shift in whichever direction you want, either left or right, you can move it. Try to move your upper jaw. It is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because there are bones connecting your head and your upper jaw. So it is not possible to move your upper jaw. It is completely fixed along with your head. So that type of joint which cannot be moved in any direction, that is called as the fixed joint. Okay, so now you have learned about these joints. Now, which gives a correct shape to your body? That is mainly your bones. Suppose if you didn't have bones in your body, what would have happened? They would have rolled you like a paper or a leaf and thrown us out. Is it not? You won't be able to sit, now you will be able to stand. Now, if you have to sit, your backbone has to be straight. If you bend your backbone, you can bend forward. Is it not? Suppose if your backbone itself was not there, what would have happened? Will you be able to sit? No. If your bones were not present in your legs from the hip to your toes, will you be able to stand? You will not be able to stand. If you want to sit also, it is not possible. If you want to stand also, it is not possible. If the bones were not present in our body. So, in our body, we have got a framework of bones. Okay, it is called as the framework. Okay, this framework of bones, this only is called as the skeleton. Okay, so this framework of bones which are there in our body, that only is called as the skeleton. And on top of this only we are having the flesh, the muscles, everything is there on this bones. So the bones gives us a shape to the body. So this bones, if it is not there, it is not possible for the human beings to do any type of work. So over here the main framework of the bones, that is called as the skeleton. So in our next chapter, in our next session, we will be doing which are the different types of bones. Okay, so now you saw about the joints. So in our next chapter, we will be doing about the bones. Which are the bones in our body? How many bones are there? Okay, so now you know about the skeleton. Okay, so when we are born, as a child, when we are born, we will have 305 bones. Okay, 305 bones in our body. And as we keep growing, as we become adult, okay, the bones will merge together. Merge means what? It will combine together and form one bone. So when we are an adult, okay, as we grow, the bones will start to decrease. Okay, the bones decrease and it comes to 206. Okay, so when we are born, we are having more number of bones. And as we grow, the bones merge together and the number of bones in our body decreases as we are growing. And finally, every adult will have 206 bones in our body. Okay, so in our next session, we will go in detail about the different types of bones. If you have any doubts, you can clarify your doubts and assignments will be sent on the group. Thank you, children.